Hello everybody. In this video, we will discuss about Form GSTR 9C, which is a GST reconciliation statement for the financial year 2020-21. Form GSTR 9C is to be filed by the taxpayers for having aggregate turnover of more than rupees 5 crores in the previous financial year, which is the financial year 2019-20. Form GSTR 9C is a Excel utility. It should be filled by the taxpayer, and after successful validation of the activity, a JSON file will be generated, and the taxpayer should upload the JSON file by logging into the GST portal. Form GSTR 9C will be enabled only if Form GSTR 9 is filed by the taxpayer. We will discuss about the forms to be filled in Form GSTR 9C. First one is column number 1, financial year. You should enter 2020-21 as financial year. Then comes GSTIN. You should enter GSTIN of the taxpayer. Legal name and trade name of the taxpayer will be auto-populated. Then in column number 4, here it is asked that are you liable to audit under any act? You should specify in which act you are liable to audit. If you are liable to audit under Income Tax Act, you should specify that you are liable to audit under Income Tax Act 1961. Then comes column number 5A. This turnover including exports as per audited financial statements of the state or union territory under, if the taxpayer if one taxpayer is having multiple GST registration numbers, he has to reject the value turnover shown the audited financial statement, and he has to calculate the turnover attributable to the GST for which the Form GSTR 9C is to be filed, and then he has to enter that turnover in the column 5A. Then comes column number 5B, unbilled revenue at the beginning of the financial year. Before discussing column 5B, we will discuss about column 5X, is unbilled revenue at the end of financial year. Some revenue which is received by the taxpayer, it is for which GST invoice is not issued by the taxpayer, so it will not be reflected in Form GSTR 9, but it is already entered in audited financial statement. So to arrive from audited financial statements to the balance in GSTR 9, you should deduct the value as far as column B, unbilled revenue at the beginning of financial year is concerned. You should add back the value. Here, in every cases, you should arrive from the turnover, the amount as per the audited financial statement, and adjusted, and it is to be adjusted to arrive the balance as per Form GSTR 9. Then comes column number 5C, unadjusted advances at the end of the financial year. Some advances for which GST is paid, it is not included in audited financial statement. So to arrive the balance as per GSTR 9, the amount is to be added. Then comes column D, it is deemed supplies under Schedule 1. Deemed supplies are those items which are considered as supplies as per GST Act. This disclosed in GSTR 9, but it is not disclosed in audited financial statement. So to arrive the audited financial statement, you should add back the deemed supply. So to arrive the GSTR 9 from the audited financial statement, add back the deemed supply. Then comes column 5E, it is credit note issued after the end of financial year, but reflected in the annual return. That credit note, it is to be deducted from the audited financial statement to arrive GSTR 9. Here it is shown as plus. Is the mistake of the person who ran notification. They have already corrected it. Here it is minus and not plus. Then comes table column 5F. It is trade discount accounted for the audited annual financial statements, but which are not permissible under GST. Some trade discounts are not permissible under GST, but it is recorded in audited financial statements. Those are to be added back. Those trade discounts which are not permissible under GST, it is already deducted in audited financial statement. So to arrive the balance as per form GSTR 9, so that item is to be added back. Then column G, turnover from April 2017 to June 2017, it is to be deducted. Now it is not relevant for the financial year 2021. Then column number H, unbilled revenue at the end of the financial year. Column number I, advance at the beginning of the financial year. These items we have already discussed. Then comes column number 5, K, adjustments on account of supply of goods by accessory units to DTA units. Here, accessory unit need not show this account of supply of goods in GST returns. It is to be shown by the DTA unit. Since DTA units has filed the bill of entry and DTA units has paid GST on reverse charge basis. So the DTA unit has to show this supply of goods by accessory to DTA units. The accessory units, they have already disclosed this item in their audited financial statements. So to arrive from audited financial statements to balance as per GSTR 9, this item should be deducted. Then comes column number L, turnover for the period under composition. For example, if a taxpayer has opted for regular scheme for a part of financial year and composition scheme for remaining part of the financial year, then the turnover for the period under composition scheme is to be reduced. Hence, the composition taxpayers need not file GSTR 9 fee. This item has already included in audited financial statement. So to arrive from audited financial statement to form GSTR, balance as per form GSTR 9, this item number L is to be deducted. Then comes column number M, which is adjustments in turnover under section 15 and rules thereunder. As per valuation rules under GST, taxable value will be calculated. The taxable value calculated as per valuation rules may be different from the value which is disclosed in the audited financial statement. If there is any difference, you should add or less that difference to arrive the balance as per GSTR 9. Then comes column number N, adjustments in turnover due to foreign exchange fluctuation. Because of foreign exchange fluctuations, the figures in GSTR 9 will be different from the figures as per audited financial statement. If there is a difference, then it should be added or deducted to arrive the balance as per the SCR 9. Then comes column number O, adjustment in turnover due to reasons not listed above. If any adjustments in turnover due to any reason which is not listed in earlier columns, column number B to column number O. Now column number B to column number O, N, then it is to be included in column number O. Adjustment in turnover due to reasons not listed above. That adjustment should be added or deducted so as to arrive the balance as per the SCR 9. After adjusting these items, the annual turnover after adjustment, it will be auto-populated and displayed here, column number P. Then in column number Q, turnover as declared in annual return SCR 9 is to be disclosed here. This to be disclosed from annual return SCR 9. Then comes column number R, it is unreconciled turnover. It is the difference of Q minus P. It will be displayed here. It will be auto-populated and it cannot be edited. The reasons of unreconciled turnover, it should be ended in these columns, column 6A, column 6B, and column 6C. Then comes column number 7, table number 7, reconciliation of taxable turnover. Earlier we saw the reconciliation, then comes reconciliation of taxable turnover. Here, column number 7A is annual turnover after adjustment from column number 5B. It will be auto-populated in column 7A. Then comes column 7B is value of exempted, nil-rated, non-GST supplies, no supply turnover. That item to be entered here. Then comes column 7C is zero-rated supplies without payment of tax. It is to be entered here. Then column 7D supplies in which tax is to be paid by the recipient on reverse charge basis is to be entered here. Then comes column 7A, taxable turnover as per adjustment. Adjustments after deducting column number B, column number C, and column number D from column number A. The net value, it will be auto-populated here. It cannot be edited. Then comes column 7F, taxable turnover as per liability declared in annual return. After adjusting this column number as taxable turnover as per the liability declared in annual return should be ended from SCR 9. It should be ended here. Then comes column number 7G, unreconciled taxable turnover is the difference of column number F and E. Ordinarily, the column number F and E should match. If there is any difference, it will be shown in column number G, auto-populated and cannot be edited. The reasons of unreconciled taxable turnover is to be shown in column number 8A, column number 8B, and column number 8. Then comes column number 9 is reconciliation of tax paid. The supplies as well as tax paid thereon is to be bifurcated. Rate-wise, it should be bifurcated into 5%, 5% reverse charge, 12%, 12% reverse charge, 18% reverse charge, 28%, 28% reverse charge, 3%, 0.25%, 0.1%. It should be disclosed like this. The total amount paid as per table above, the sum total will be auto-populated here. And the column number Q is total amount paid as declared in annual return. It is to be ended from the SCR 9. It should be ended here in this column. Then column number R is unreconciled payment of amount. The difference, if any, is auto-populated here. It cannot be edited. Then comes column number 10A, 10B, and 10C. If there is any unreconciled payment of amount, then the reason of unreconciled payment of amount is to be entered here. In column number 10B, 10A, 10B, and 10C. Then comes column number 11. Additional amount payable but not paid due to reasons specified in table 6, table 8, and table 10. Table 6 is reconciliation of the difference due to reconciliation of total turnover. Table 8 is difference due to reconciliation of taxable turnover, and table 10 is difference due to reconciliation of tax paid, tax due, and tax paid. Because of that, if there is any difference, that should be disclosed here. Taxable value it should be disclosed rate-wise, and tax to be paid through cash is to be disclosed in this table number 11. Then comes reconciliation of net input tax credit. It is table number 12. Table number 12 is ITC arranged as per audited annual financial statements for the state or union territory. In case of multiple GST, if a taxpayer is having multiple GST registration numbers, then the ITC pertaining to that GST registration number for which the GSTR 90 is prepared, that particular input tax credit is to be calculated from the total input tax credit available in audited financial statement, and that input tax credit pertaining to GSTIN is to be disclosed in table number 12, column number A. Then comes column number B, ITC booked as per ITC booked in earlier financial year, claimed in current financial year. Then column number C, ITC booked in current financial year to be claimed in subsequent financial year. First, we will consider column number C, ITC booked in current financial year to be claimed in subsequent financial year. This situation comes in cases, for example, if a taxpayer makes an order for purchase order on 25th March 2021, but receives the items on 6th April 2021 after in the next financial year. So in the audited financial statements, the ITC has already been included, or in our audited financial statement as on March 31, 2021, this ITC will be included, but in GST returns it will not be included, since GST will be availed only in tax credit. It will be availed only if the goods are received. Goods are received only in the next financial year, so it will be accounted in GSTR 9 only in next financial year. So to arrive from the audited financial statements to the GSTR 9, the amount to be deducted. As far as column B is concerned, ITC booked in earlier financial year is claimed in current financial year. That item to be added back. To arrive the ITC claimed as per annual return. Column E. Column D is ITC availed as per audited financial statement in the books of accounts. It will be auto-populated. Then column E is ITC claimed in annual return GSTR 9. It will be entered from GSTR 9. Generally, this column number E and D should match, should be same. If there is any difference, it will be shown in column number as unreconciled ITC. It is auto-populated. It cannot be edited. The reasons of unreconciled ITC should be disclosed in column number 13A, 13B, and 13C. Then comes table number 14, reconciliation of ITC declared in annual return GSTR 9 ITC availed on expenses as per audited financial statement or books of account. In table number 12, we have seen ITC, the summary of ITC. Then we will consider the ITC detail, in detail. The input tax credit should be bifurcated into these following expenses, namely purchases, freighter carriage, power and fuel, imported goods including receipts from SEZ, then rent and insurance, then goods lost, stolen, destroyed, written off, or disposed of by way of gift or free sample, then royalties, then employees cost, which is salaries, wages, bonus, etc. Then comes conveyance charges, then bank charges, then entertainment charges, then stationery expenses including postage, then repair and maintenance, then comes other maintenance expenses. If this table is optional table, and if the taxpayer accounts these expenses and ITC thereof the taxpayer's account, then he can disclose the item, otherwise he can skip the table. Then comes table number R. Total amount of ITC availed will be auto-populated. Some total of column A to column or number Q will be auto-populated and cannot be edited. Then comes column number S. ITC claimed in annual return GSTR 9. It is to be disclosed from GSTR 9 annual return. Then comes column number T, unreconciled ITC. This is the difference between S and R. Is auto-populated and cannot be edited. If there is any unreconciled ITC as per column number T, then the reasons thereof is disclosed in column 15A, 15B and 15C. This is disclosed here. Then comes column 16, tax payable on unreconciled difference in ITC. Due to reasons specified in 13 and 15 above. 13 is column 13 is ITC in summary, column 15 is ITC in detail. The reasons, due to reasons specified in column 13 and column 15, if there is any tax payable, it means that if the difference is positive, difference between books of accounts and GSTR 9 is positive, then we have claimed excess ITC. If we have claimed excess ITC, then it should be reversed. That amount should be reversed. It should be disclosed in table number 16. It should be split up into central tax, state tax, union territory tax, aggregated tax, thus interest and penalty. Then comes auditor's recommendation on additional liability due to non-reconciliation. Here, auditor's recommendation is not necessary because earlier it was necessary, but now auditor need not certify the GSTR 9C. So this column will be irrelevant. And verification by the auditor is also not necessary. Now it is irrelevant. Earlier, GSTR 9C should be certified by the auditor. Now audit requirement has been done away. The GSTR 9C can be self-certified by the taxpayer and uploaded in this GST portal. That is all about GSTR 9C for the financial year 2020-21. If you like the video, please like, comment and share the video. For more updates, please subscribe to our channel. For further notifications, please press the bell icon. Thank you.